Hey, look up this young fighter called the Monster. You ever hear Monster?
No.
Japanese fighter called Monster. This is a monster.
Crazy dude.
The mean son of a bitch. Oh yeah, you'll see this bad motherfucker. He don't look like much. He's better than Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was blue like that.
It has grown increasingly difficult to summarize Naoya Inoue's greatness fight after fight. Now that's mostly because the monster refuses to stop adding dimensions to his game or chapters to his legendary boxing career. Fans in the United States get up before the crack of dawn twice a year to see Inoue fight in Japan, knowing that he will most likely win. Inoue was a -2,000 favorite to beat Marlon Tapales and win the undisputed 122-pound title. But to find an athlete at the peak of his skill is a sight to behold, and we know what we're seeing with Inoue is exceptional. He is special since he barely ever even loses a round. Inside those ropes, Inoue appears to have no trouble doing anything. Most of all, it is special because Inoue never needs any excuses or justifications. He just wins. His distinct talent was on full display in Tokyo when he defeated Tapales in only his second fight at junior featherweight. Inoue defeated the 31-year-old Filipino in round 4 and then scored a 10 count in round 10 to establish his status as the world's finest 122-pounder, if not overall boxer. The 30-year-old made his 122-pound debut against Stephen Fulton in July and faced minimal resistance from the division's best. I am so relieved at the moment because I became victorious against such a strong and spirited opponent in Marlon Tapales, Inoue remarked in a press conference. Thank you so much for fighting me, and I'm so happy to get the stoppage in such a decisive manner. Tapales, 31, demonstrated a powerful chin and a clever technique to make Inoue work for it, and he was successful in limiting Inoue's output in the middle rounds with timely counterblows. However, statistically, he was significantly outgunned. Inoue landed nearly 3 times as many punches as Tapales, 146 to 52 according to CompuBox, and connected on 43% of his power strikes. Inoue also outlanded Tapales on the body by 39 to 17.
That's what I mean. You can't just sit there and right in front of him looking at him, because right just...
Naoya's father and trainer. There's an
opponent. Even if it's just subtle.
That's what Tapales doesn't want to have happen. There's a left hand with that back foot taking a step back, almost halfway through this round 2.
Tapales' feet are at. They're on the inside pipe on Inoue. But when he's falling like that, see?
That gets forgotten a lot winning towards the head.
See how he fell in?
Inoue, 30, sprinted to a large lead in the first 3 rounds, outscoring Tapales in terms of power shots connected by a staggering 24-5. Things grew worse for Tapales in round 4 when a powerful left hook rocked him before Inoue's combination stunned him late in the round. But Tapales was able to beat the count.
And again, you know, so you gotta start watching out for that as well.
Well, you better see what's coming around it.
And even the guard. And that's cool. Nice work. He's warming up himself. He's not letting his hand.
And you have to give credit in this division. He's not coming in like.
And again, I like the game plan that Tapales is doing though in terms of Inoue, but he has to be careful. You don't want to get.
He never showed me fatigue or the damage from hits, he claimed. I couldn't see from his face, so I was quite surprised when he nearly made it to the end of the 10th round. It was one such very intensive fight that I have never had before, probably, but my corner kept me very focused throughout the bout. Tapales, who defeated unbeaten Muradjan Akhmadaliev via split decision in April to win the IBF and WBA belts, bit down on the mouth guard as the two threw punches at close range in an exciting round 5, despite Inoue nearly tripling Tapales' punch count.
Round 4.
And
Inoue starting
just like that.
5. The way shots downstairs, then upstairs.
And standing in front of him is not.
That's a scare through the guard. Another big uppercut for Inoue.
Another huge. Oh, that's cool. Because pretty cool to be a warrior, but you gotta be smart. Nice counter.
Tapales lands a sneaky.
Another one. That was
Tapales.
nice. Yeah.
And exchanging right hands to the head.
Oh.
Tapales' intelligent pressure, which included a shoulder roll, forced Inoue to make adjustments as the fight grew more competitive in the second half. Inoue's precision accuracy eventually became too much as a right cross split Tapales' guard in round 10, resulting in a delayed knockout. Referee Celestino Ruiz called the fight stopped at minute 2 of the round because Tapales was unable to get to his feet in time.
Hands up, but again, he can't see anything.
Tokyo, Japan. Inoue set himself to become undisputed. At times frustrating Inoue.
His hands up like that. Inoue would throw a shot and then hook. Ooh.
Tapales. And can he beat the count? He's not going to make it up. History of the monster. History made here in Tokyo.
Tapales remained the same even after winning a few rounds. The scorecards were 90-80, 89-81, and 88-82 at the time of the stoppage. The question isn't how great is Inoue, the question is can anyone compete with this guy and what is going to happen in his future. I think people already know about the rumor of the upcoming fight in May, but I can't say much about this yet because we are under negotiation, Inoue said, regarding his future. Since Nonito Donaire's victory in the 2019 Fight of the Year, no Inoue opponent has gone the distance. Even Donaire failed to get the third round of the rematch. Paul Butler, whom Inoue fought in December of 2022 for the undisputed bantamweight championship, advanced to round 11, but did so by boxing carefully out of a high guard as if to avoid any openings. He lost every round until he was stopped. Tapales came to win and connected with a sharp southpaw jab and some really good uppercuts, but it wasn't nearly enough to imply an upset like his previous fight, which he had won against Akhmadaliev. Inoue isn't only defeating solid opponents, he's demolishing the top fighters in his division while gaining weight year after year. Inoue, who weighs between 108 and 122 pounds, has yet to meet anyone who can keep up with him. And after swiftly gaining weight, he said that he intends to campaign at 122 pounds for the foreseeable future. Inoue claimed that his first defense of his uncontested junior featherweight championship will take place in May of this year, most likely against Mexico's Luis Neri. Perhaps Inoue will then encounter Australia's Sam Goodman. There is a rotating system for the unified champion, and that is how the schedule plays out at the present moment. Neri turned professional in 2012. The Mexican-born star defeated Shinsuke Yamanaka in 2017 for the WBC and Ring Bantamweight titles, but after testing positive for the illegal drug Zilpaterol, Neri was stripped of the Ring title. Neri was stripped of his WBC title and banned from competing in Japan after failing to weigh in for a rematch against Yamanaka. That ban appears to have been lifted, making this fight a reality. Since his second victory over Yamanaka, the 29-year-old Neri is 9-1. Pantera defeated Aaron Alameda in 2020 for the WBC Super Bantamweight title before losing it to Brandon Figueroa. Neri has won 4 straight fights since 2022, most recently defeating Froylan Saladar via TKO in July. Neri and Goodman are both skilled fighters. Neither is expected to present a significant challenge, though. Inoue is unparalleled, a once-in-a-generation fighter who must be appreciated while at his peak performance. At some time, he'll probably test himself at 126 pounds, but for now, let's enjoy watching Inoue dazzle at 122 while we can. There aren't many like him. So who will emerge from the Tokyo Dome as the king of the super bantamweights?